Hey Liz, I fancy a t-shirt this week. It's getting a bit tight around the old belly. Yay! Liz! During the war, coup titles. So what's happening in the newsreel this week? Leslie? No, that's a girl's name. Well, today, Gary, we look at the trials and tribulations of SpaceX. Was it worth all the money? Mainly taxpayers' money. And look at all that CO2 in the air. And then we move on, food for thought. There's definitely food for thought there. Then we move on to a new one with Gary, and this is his first ever crush, and we did our research. And finally, we have a look at Gazzers' historical news. And yes, it's his favourite, and this week, it's a famous MP. Les, bloody stop it! Les, you're not even funny anymore. Well, that's what you get, Les. For God's sake, that bloody piano, that's going out the window. I'm going to wear my own shirt, and you can take this piece of shit back as well. Oh, God. Oh, you should see the other man. Hey, Les. Ugh. So today we have a look at SpaceX. Hey! Elon Musk. Now let's just have a look at this guy before we do anything. He's worth reputed 173 billion US dollars. He only pays 8% tax. Put that in perspective, I pay 25% tax. Why do the more they earn, the less they pay in tax? He says I earn I get charged an enormous amount of tax, 8%. Right, so he's worth that amount of money. And he then lobbied and got off the US government 2.3 billion US dollars to help fund this toy of his. Now it is a toy because I've got down here. What does he want to do? The object of it is, this is fossil fuel, by the way, from a man who's promoting Tesla that is extracting way too much lithium, and just have a Google on lithium mines. This man is the scourge of the earth. So have a look at this. You've got to actually consider, he wants to put 1,000 people at a time in space so they can land anywhere in the world within 10 minutes. The man is delusional. Can you imagine getting on one of them rockets? I mean, they're still at the test stage and they're blowing up. NASA fixed this 40 years ago and he's now starting all over again. This is just a bloody well toy. And let's have a quick look at the CO2, which I talked about last week. So here it says 116 tons of CO2 is put in the atmosphere from launch in 165 seconds. Les, talk to me, Les, come on, stop sulking. 165 seconds. So I'm sure it's still cheaper, unlike last week, to actually go first class on a plane. Who the hell in their right mind is going to trust one of his rockets? You're basically sitting on torch paper. You light it and whoosh, there's no stopping. I'd agree with him if he was actually finding another way of getting that rocket off the ground. Not fooling it with bloody fossil fuel. This is insane. And think of all the I know I'm ranting, I know. Think of all the poverty just in his one country. That man should be taxed to the hilt. So I'm not going to go on food for thought. So, now on food for thought, Elon Musk. I know, but I'm doing a different spin on it. And my thought is, should one man be worth that much money? Never. The problem with that is, it turns into power. It always does. It's not about money. He goes beyond money. It's about power. And look what he's doing. He's ripping all this stuff out of the bloody... So if there wasn't this man and people like him, we wouldn't be in a bloody mess that we're in this country right now. Les, I'm going to have a breakdown. Get out the pills. Before they die. So this is my first on-screen crush. This person was born in 2233, and look, just run with it, Les, will you? Do you want another thick lip? And this person grew up to be a very attractive person and worked on a Starship Enterprise. No, not her. And anyway, so basically, this person had a very nasty streak though, because if you pissed this person off, you'd get the red shirt, and that normally meant your goodbye. But this person did know all 400 of the crew, by name even. I mean, can you believe it, Les? Now 400 people by name. And then if one of them got killed in an episode, this person was very, very pissed off. I know you want to know. So today, my crush, and you will get a hard on when you hear the intro music. Just listen to this intro music. You tell me you don't get a hard on.
Space, a final frontier.
Anyway, this person is James T. Kirk. What do you mean, James T. Kirk? Well, he'll be one of the females. He was the main star. Why can't I have a man crush? What? Look up things about Star Trek and the intro. Kirk? People who get hard-ons when they listen to the intro need to see, or at least get some therapy. Well, give me your notes then, Les. So who are we looking at today? I'm going to have a quick look before we even start talking on screen. Born 28th June 1928. He was a Liberal Party member, then switched to the Labour Party in 1950. A career politician by the looks of things, swinging around just to prove or just to help himself. Switched parties again in 1972 to the Labour Party. See, career politician, these fuckers don't give a shit. It's all about them. So this is a guy who's obviously a career politician. Made chief whip of the party, but later stepped down due to health issues. But he was a fat fuck that had too many pies, Les. Then blah, 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 died 2012. Cyril Smith. Are you kidding me? Cyril Smith. That is one of Cyril Smith. Hey, open your mouth. I've got my own notes on Cyril. Cyril Smith, right? So I was talking to Les there. He needs another thick lip. So Cyril Smith, right? This is a career politician all his life, right? In politics. He didn't actually have a job except eating lots of pies. So he helped cover up an asbestos factory that he covered up, or tried to cover up, a factory that had a link to it of, I've got to get it right, of 4,000 deaths, right? Guess what? He had 1,300 shares in that same asbestos company. So that's first and foremost. And then the other stuff, of course, the child abuse with as young as 8-year-old kiddies. This guy had a bloody lifelong career in Parliament. People knew about it, and yet he got away with it, and it all came out after he died. You see this pattern every week I talk about these people. Finally died, I put at the bottom. Finally earlier. I can't believe these people. Les, you shouldn't have picked him. He's just a fat fuck, and he's just disgusting. Open the other mouth. No, bend over. Anyway. Next. Oops.
Hi, it's Rishi.
Hey, fuck off.
How are you?
Fuck off.
Hopefully you come here and come and see me. So
Fuck off. Off he will fuck.
So that's it for this week, folks. Next week, we will be having a special on King Charles and his coronation and how much money is spent. Happy coronation, folks. Oh, Captain Kirk's wee. Oh, lovely jubblies.
Oh, God, blimey.